Hare Krishna. We will have a short discussion about glories of Lord Shiva, about Maha Shivaratri today, and a short presentation. Maha Shivaratri ki jai. Welcome to very auspicious celebration of Maha Shivaratri, and as part of that we will be discussing glories of Lord Shiva and some of his transcendental qualities that are so attractive to all kinds of living entities. So since this is also the time for Mahakumbh and Shivaratri, Maha Shivaratri is the last day for the Shahi Snan, the holy dip, and how the whole thing starts, it's related to this amazing pastime given in Bhagavad Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is called the Samudra Manthan, churning of the ocean of milk. How it happened is the devotees, demigods, and the demons, they made a truce on the advice of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, and they decided to churn this ocean of milk. As a result of that, so many things were produced by churning of the ocean. The first thing that came out was the halahal poison, which could have destroyed all the living entities. So everyone was in great distress and was not sure how they could protect themselves. Ultimately, Lord Shiva was appointed to drink this poison. So Lord Shiva is very compassionate. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned actually, before drinking this poison, he is so gentle. He went to his wife and he asked her, "Hey, I've got this service, I have to drink this poison. Is that cool with you?" Of course, in Srimad Bhagavatam it's stated that his wife was fine because she understands the transcendental qualities of Lord Shiva. He is not going to be affected by this poison. He is completely spiritual. But in another text, it's mentioned that she wasn't very agreeable. But Lord Shiva convinced her. He said it is the duty of a master to protect his dependents, and all the living entities are in great distress. They are suffering because of this poison. So I have to help them, I have to protect them. So it is mentioned what Lord Shiva did is, we can see in this picture, the whole ocean, he made it so small, he could hold it in his palm. The whole poison, the poison ocean, he could hold it in his palms. And he drank it. What happened? When he drank it, it is mentioned that the poison he held in his throat. He didn't want it to go to his heart. Can anyone guess why? The reason he didn't let that happen is because in his heart is his beloved Lord, Shri Krishna. He is always meditating on Lord Sankarshan in his abode of Kailash Dham. So Lord Shiva is always meditating on Lord Sankarshan, Lord Krishna. And therefore he didn't want the poison to go to his heart and touch Lord Krishna. That's the reason he held the poison in his throat. And as a result, what happened? His throat became blue. And that's how he got the name Nilakant Mahadev. Some of you maybe have been to this place. It is not very far from Delhi. It's very close to Rishikesh. Many people know about Rishikesh. It's the yoga capital of the world these days. So many people go to learn yoga over there. Nilkant is very close from Rishikesh, and there is a beautiful temple. We had good fortune to visit this place and bathe Lord Shiva with milk, with bael leaves, with water. So it's very, very auspicious. We see outside the devotees, they are doing this, bathing the Shiva Lingam. And it is mentioned actually, many people don't know, but on Shivaratri, especially this Shivaratri, is very special. The Shivaratri in the month of Phalgun, February, March. This is the Shivaratri that comes in the dark fortnight of Phalgun. And on this Shivaratri, it is mentioned in the scriptures that Lord Shiva actually enters the Shiva Lingam. So when someone is bathing the Shiva Lingam, Lord Shiva is being bathed. So you are pleasing Lord Shiva by bathing the Shiva Lingam on this specific Shivaratri of Phalgun. Coming back to this, holding the poison in his throat. Now, there were many other things that came from churning of the milk of ocean. Another thing that came was the nectar of immortality. So many people want to become immortal. They want liberation, nirvana. And the nectar was brought out by, we know, Lord Dhanvantri. He brought out this pot of nectar. So why is this Kumbh Mela so special? Because people go there to take this sacred holy bath. And why is that bath so sacred? Because what happened when Lord Dhanvantri brought the pot of nectar, some of the drops, they fell down. And it is mentioned 4 drops, they fell at 4 different places. Ujjain, of course, Prayagraj, where the Mahakumbh is happening right now, and Shivaratri, Maha Shivaratri, today is the last day for this Mahakumbh. And today is the last holy bath over there. So it is very auspicious. And just because of this drop of nectar, it is mentioned the water at Triveni, at the Sangam there, it actually becomes nectar. And anyone who takes bath there, it is believed they can become immortal. Therefore, this Kumbh Mela is such a big deal. So many kinds of spiritual practitioners go there, especially those who know the benefit of doing this. So all these things have their place and their benefits. But because the nectar came out and the demigods and demons, they both were helping churn the ocean. So the demigods, the demons, they all wanted a little piece of this nectar so they can become immortal. That's why they are working hard to churn the ocean. That's why they made a truce that, okay, we will work together to get this nectar out. So what happened is, Lord Krishna, he could see that the demons, they were trying to snatch this pot of nectar and take everything for themselves. What will happen as a result? The demigods, they will not get anything. So they were praying to the Lord. What did Lord do? He manifested the most beautiful, most attractive form of Mohini Murti. The Lord took a form of a woman. And naturally, what happened? All these demons, they were approached this most beautiful woman, and they are like, please take this pot and distribute to all of us. You can see how the scene changes when a beautiful woman enters. All the demons, they were fully surrendered. And she was saying, I'm a young girl, I don't have anyone with me, why do you guys trust me? They were like, no, you are so pure, we will do anything you say. It's such an amazing pastime to study. You can see the nature of people who have divine qualities and nature of people who have demoniac qualities. So this actually shows how people with demoniac nature, they are very selfish, they would do anything to achieve things for themselves, and also they are completely filled with lust. Lust for power, lust for name, lust for fame, lust for any material possessions they can have. So they approached, and she's telling them, you should not trust me, And they're like, no, we will do however you decide. If you decide to give everything to these demigods, that is fine also. Or if you decide to give this nectar to just one person, that is also acceptable to us. We accept whatever you decide because we think you are very pure. That's how they were encouraging Mohini Murti. And how a beautiful woman, she can make some moves to, make people's minds go crazy. So the demons, they were so attracted and they were so surrendered to Mohini Murti. So Mohini Murti said, okay, since you are so agreeable, what we will do is, because on the top of the pot, it's not very concentrated nectar. The concentrated nectar is at the bottom. So what I will do is, since you are being so generous, let's take care of these demigods first. We will give a little bit to these, we'll get them out of the way, and then we'll distribute the concentrated nectar amongst all the demons. So the demons were like, yes, let's do it, we agree, this is the best decision. So the demons agreed. Mohini Murti started distributing the nectar to all the demigods, all the devatas. But there were Rahu, they were very intelligent. They saw, man, she's going to distribute this whole nectar to all these demigods, we're not going to get anything. So what they did is, they disguised as demigods and they, lined up with the demigods. Of course, Mohini Murti, Lord could see that what these guys are up to. Anyways, so they got a few drops also of the nectar. But here is the most interesting thing that happened. Just like Lord Shiva holded the poison in his throat, these demons or Rahu, they also could not swallow the nectar. It stayed up to their throat. So it is mentioned, when Mohini Murti noticed this, a chakra came from her and cut their throat. So their body below the neck was not immortalized because the nectar didn't go below the throat. And of course, above the throat, because the nectar is there, so they did become immortal. But without the body, what will the face do? Anyways, so the point is that everything is controlled by Lord Krishna. We can see by the advice, by the order, by the instruction of Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva, he drank this whole poison of ocean just like a palmful of poison. He reduced the ocean to a palmful and he drank it. And he could hold it in his throat. But here we see they wanted to drink the nectar. Again, the Lord controlled that it doesn't go below their throat. So everything is controlled by Krishna, who is the supreme controller. And wise people who know this, they surrender to him. They want to serve him out of great love. But people who don't know, who are in ignorance, they don't want to serve. Therefore, to show compassion to such persons, Lord Krishna manifests this beautiful form of Lord Shiva. Just consider how Lord Shiva dress. He is showing to people who are attracted to opulence that all this worldly opulence is very temporary, very insignificant. You can get it, but you can also lose it in a moment. So it is very temporary. And therefore, he doesn't even dress opulently. How does Lord Shiva dress? Most of us we know. He actually, if we go back to this, we can see here, he is with Mother Parvati. What is he wearing? He is wearing a garland of skulls. That's his decoration. He also wears garland of weed, marijuana leaves. That's his decoration. So he is very detached. I heard in one talk by my spiritual master, he was saying Lord Shiva is so detached, he doesn't even build a hut. What to talk about a house for his wife. But still, she doesn't leave him. Generally, women will not be attracted to someone who don't have a house. They want a safe place where you can be together. But here is Mother Parvati with Lord Shiva who don't even own a hut. Coming back to outfit of Lord Shiva. We can see he also wears snake around his neck. Anyone know why does Lord Shiva wear snake around his neck? Any guesses?
To do not let the poison go down.
That's all he is already holding. How will the snake help with that? Good try. Yes, sir.
Is it Vasuki? I think it's because he's just so fearless and he's so renounced that any normal individual with a cobra on their neck would obviously be completely nervous, but because he's so renounced, I'm just guessing, I don't know.
Any other guesses?
He protects evil at some point.
Protect who?
Evil at some point, like a lower.
How does wearing a snake around the neck protect?
Yeah, the snake is poisonous.
Let's hear some more guesses. One more, okay, one more try. Anyone wants to guess? Alright. So, I mentioned at start, Lord Shiva, his worshipable deity is Lord Sankarshan. We will be discussing further where Lord Shiva resides, his abode of Kailash. And Lord Sankarshan, he holds the whole cosmos over his hoods. Therefore, wearing the snake around his neck, it reminds him of his beloved worshipable Lord Sankarshan. That's why he wears snake around his neck. Of course, we know he also holds Mother Ganga in his matted locks. So he has a lot of natural decorations. No artificial decoration. Everything is alive around him. Snake, river Ganga, weed, everything. Still, Mother Parvati is so attracted to him that she would not leave him for anyone else. So we can see the wonderful, loving relationship between them. We'll talk more about this. Let's go a little further. Alright. So, another name of Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. It means he is very easily pleased. Now we will discuss, because whenever you go to some person who is very highly qualified, generally people go to them to ask for something, to receive some benefit. So what kind of benefits can people receive from Lord Shiva? as his name suggests, one of his name is Ashutosh. He is very easily pleased. Even people who are in lower qualities, lower modes of nature, they can please Lord Shiva very easily. Just by rendering some simple service. Like in this picture we see there is Banasura. He is actually a demoniac mentality person, and he pleased Lord Shiva just by playing drum for him, because Lord Shiva was dancing and this guy goes and plays drum. So Lord Shiva was very pleased with him. Oh, thank you. I had great fun. I enjoyed dancing, hearing the sound of your drum. So he gave him benediction that he can have 1,000 arms. You see, he has few arms. It doesn't show all the arms in this picture. But he gave him this benediction that you can have 1,000 arms. So having 1,000 arms, what he did? He became so powerful, even demigods like Indra, they were afraid of his power, of his influence. He became so rich and wealthy and powerful by receiving benediction from Lord Shiva. But then one day he approaches Lord Shiva and he tells him, I have so much strength by your mercy, but I don't find a match to fight with. I have a desire to fight with someone. So Lord Shiva could see that this benediction is becoming a burden for this person, because he don't know what to do with this strength. So that's one quality of a person when one has lower consciousness. One's intelligence is completely materialized, focused on material goals. Then even you have power and influence, you don't know how to benefit others from that power and influence. Rather, one would do things even to harm themselves. And he pleased Lord Shiva just by playing drum, which is a very simple activity anyone can do. But now, because of his ego, his false ego, he became so proud, so blinded, he thought he has become so powerful, he needs some great personality to fight with, because he couldn't use his strength anywhere else. So Lord Shiva told him, you rascal, you think you become so powerful, pretty soon you will meet your match and you will know your place. Anyways, so very soon he had to fight with Lord Krishna, who chopped all his arms. At the end, still Lord Shiva having mercy on him, he prayed to Lord Krishna, please don't kill him, he's my devotee. And then even Lord Krishna said, of course I will not kill him, because he comes in the family line of my pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. So what Lord Krishna did, he chopped all his arms, he left 4 arms. Out of 1,000, he left him with 4 arms. But the point we should understand is, a person whose spiritual consciousness is not developed, they even do not know how to ask the best thing for oneself. They end up asking things that can even become destructive for themselves. One example I remember is, we go places sharing these books translated by Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And on few occasions we have met some people who talk about Oppenheimer, and they even quote him referring to Bhagavad Gita. There is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, time I am, Kalo Ashmi, destroyer of all the worlds. So this person, Oppenheimer, he took this idea from Bhagavad Gita, and what he did, he invented atom bomb. To do what? To destroy the world. That's not the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. It's to enlighten people, to help them become spiritually realized and grow transcendently. not to destroy the whole world. People not having spiritual knowledge, spiritual consciousness, they are asking for things that are harmful for them or not useful for them, and they end up becoming troublesome for them, those benedictions. Let's see, what's the best thing we can ask Lord Shiva if that's the case? What is the best thing we should ask? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is this history where Lord Shiva, he also has a school where he teaches bhakti, Krishna bhakti, and he gives Krishna prema, love for Lord Krishna, pure devotional service. In this specific history, he meets sons of King Parchinabhari, Prachetas they are called. And they were ordered by their father, this Vedic culture, before they could take the kingdom, they could become the next king, following in footsteps of his father. They had to go and perform tapasya, some austerities, to develop strength and intelligence. As a result of that, they ended up meeting Lord Shiva. It's mentioned, no ordinary person get to Lord Shiva. It's very rare to get to see Lord Shiva. But because they were very pious and their intentions were good, Lord Shiva, noticing that, he showed himself to them, and he even told them that I know what you are going to do, and therefore I have come to show you mercy. And what did he do? He gave them this process of bhakti. He said, if you want to do austerities, you want to do tapasya to achieve something higher in your life, then here is the process. You practice bhakti and you can receive the highest benediction in existence that's even beyond your imagination. You can receive pure love for Lord Krishna, who is the master of everyone. So following, this is actually called Rudra Gita. Lord Shiva also, he has a lineage of devotees of Krishna. They are actually devotees of Lord Shiva, but they learn from Lord Shiva how to worship Lord Krishna, how to serve Lord Krishna out of pure love. And that lineage is called Rudra Sampradaya. And the Acharya of that Sampradaya in modern world is Vishnu Swami. So there are still, this Sampradaya is still there, and many people, they learn bhakti from Lord Shiva following this lineage. But of course, there are also devotees of Lord Shiva who only worship Lord Shiva and no one else. It is mentioned that if someone worship Lord Shiva but does not know about Lord Krishna, they cannot even go to Kailash. They cannot even go to abode of Lord Shiva. They will stay in material world. They cannot go to spiritual world. We're going to discuss the abode of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is completely spiritual and he is not of this world. He is in spiritual world. His abode is in spiritual world. Let's actually go there. But let's remember this, the best benediction to ask Lord Shiva is for bhakti, Krishna bhakti. Oh, another point before we go next is, Lord Shiva himself does not give liberation, mukti. Many people don't know this. But Lord Shiva doesn't give mukti. Lord Shiva does give mukti in one way, because mukti can be given only by Lord Krishna. But Lord Shiva gives mukti in one way. How? By giving someone Krishna bhakti. When they become devotees of Krishna, then they can become liberated. But if someone is worshipping only Lord Shiva and does not know about Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva doesn't award mukti. So let's go to discuss the abode of Lord Shiva now. So this is the cosmological map here. We can see all the different planetary systems. This slide shows the material cosmos. where highest planet is Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma lives. But all these planetary systems, these are 14 planetary systems, from hellish planets to heavenly planets. We are in the middle, in Earth. Earth is in middle planet, Bhuvar Loka, we can see. So we are here. This is the earthly planet, middle planetary systems. That's where we are. Below us are hellish planets where one can go. If one cultivates lower consciousness, they can go down. But if one cultivates higher consciousness, they can go to these higher planets, heavenly planets. This is where Lord Shiva is holding the Ganga, and from him it comes down to the earth. But this is only the material creation. Lord Shiva, many people know Lord Shiva as the destroyer. In the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, he is primarily known as the destroyer, right? But he is also the creator. How does the material creation happen? We see from the glance of Karnodakshai Vishnu, the Shambhu, the glance that associates with Pradhan, the material energy, and that's how the creation happens. So actually Lord Shiva is the primary creator in material cosmos. But spiritual creation is done through Lord Krishna. In material cosmos, Lord Shiva is also the creator, not just the destroyer. So he is performing two roles as a service to Lord Krishna. So this is the abode of Lord Shiva. There he is known as Sada Shiv. And this abode is beyond the material universe. We see this is the Brahma Jyoti, the effulgence of the Lord. And below this is the material cosmos. Beyond this Brahma Jyoti is the Mount Kailash, where Lord lives as Sada Shiv. So this is in spiritual world. Now we should understand Lord Shiva is not a Jiva. Lord Brahma is a Jiva, is a living entity. Any one of you can perform austerities, do pious activities, and can qualify to become Lord Brahma. It is a position you can qualify to. But Lord Shiva is beyond material world, material cosmos. He is in spiritual world. His abode is in spiritual world. And there he is with Mother Parvati. That's their abode there. So he actually lives in spiritual world. No ordinary person can go there. And that's why we say no ordinary person can see Lord Shiva. One has to become qualified to see Lord Shiva. So above that is Ayodhya Dham, and here is the Krishna Loka, Golok Dham, Vrindavan. That's where Lord Krishna lives. This is the topmost planet in the spiritual world. And from the effulgence of Lord Krishna, the whole cosmos is being lit. So we understand the position of Lord Shiva. Let's go. Lord Brahma, in his prayers, he gives more deeper understanding on position of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is almost like Lord Krishna. He is not a jiva, he is not ordinary living entity of the material world, he is of spiritual world. But he is known different from Lord Krishna in the sense he is not Vishnu. He is in between Vishnu and a jiva. And therefore he is in spiritual world and he has his own spiritual planet there. So devotees of Lord Shiva can go there when they understand Lord Shiva as Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. Now there is another detail for someone who like to collect these details. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna in the material cosmos. Because we know in the spiritual world who is the greatest devotee? Srimati Radharani. In the spiritual world, greatest devotee of Lord Krishna is Srimati Radharani. But here, Lord Brahma, he gives detail. Shiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yoga. The analogy is given like how is yogurt made? From milk, right? But can you make milk from yogurt? No. So, same way, Lord Shiva comes from Lord Krishna. But Lord Shiva cannot create Lord Krishna because he is a part of him. He is an amsa. He is not the whole. Lord Krishna is the source of everything. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says this in chapter 10. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of everything, material and spiritual. So this is the prayer of Lord Brahma. Just as milk is transformed into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same as nor different from its cause, that is milk. So I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. Another personal experience. This is a place near in Navadvip in India, in the state of West Bengal near Kolkata. This is a deity of Hari Har. Who is Hari? Lord Krishna. Who is Har? Lord Shiva. So this is a combined deity. You can see the white and black. We actually, last year we were in India and we went to Mayapur and we had the good fortune to visit this temple of Harihar. And this deity is very mystical. This is a very amazing temple. It is a very small temple actually. But they have this amazing deity there where Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu combined together. So Lord Shiva is very dear as a great devotee to Lord Krishna, but he is not Lord Krishna. At the same time, he is not ordinary living entity like Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is not in spiritual world, he is in material cosmos. But Lord Shiva is in spiritual world. So this is a very important point to understand. At the same time, he is not equal to Lord Krishna. That's the main thing to understand. But if you ever get a chance to visit Mayapur, this is in Godruma Dweep. You take a boat to cross the river and you can go visit this place, beautiful temple. Okay, this is a prayer to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva, he also does one more amazing service for Lord Krishna. He is also known as Kshetrapal. Any holy place you go to, you will find a temple of Lord Shiva there. Why? Because he is doing the service of Kshetrapal, means protecting that holy place from bad influences, from bad energies, bad demoniac energies. Any holy place, they have different temples and Lord Shiva has different names there. Like in Vrindavan, Lord Shiva has name Gopishwar Mahadev. So the gopis, dearest devotees of Lord Krishna, they worshipped Lord Shiva not as the Supreme Lord, but as the greatest devotee who can give pure love for Lord Krishna, pure devotional service for Lord Krishna. So this is a prayer that we can say on this day to Lord Shiva. Let's see, we can try say it and Everyone can try, repeat after me, if we can say it in the right meter. This is in Brahma Samhita meter. Vrindavan Vanipate Jaya Som Som Mole Sanaka Sanandan Sanatan Naradedya Gopishvara Vrajvilasi Yugangri Padme Prema Prayacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. Let's do one more time. Vrindavana Vanipate Jaya Som Som Mole Sanaka Sanandan Sanatan Naradedya Gopishvara Vrajvilasi Yugangri Padme Prema Prayacha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. That was very nice, thank you. So let's read the translation. O gatekeeper of Vrindavan, O Soma, all glories to you. O you, whose forehead is decorated with the moon, and who is worshipable by the sages headed by Sanaka, Sanandan, Sanatan and Narada. O Gopishwar, desiring that you bestow upon me prema for the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madhava, who perform joyous pastimes in Vrajdham, I offer obeisances unto you time and again. So this is a very wonderful prayer to say to Lord Shiva on this very auspicious occasion of Maha Shivaratri. This is actually the day Lord Shiva, he got married to Mother Parvati. That's another whole story. But just one point about that. One day she was asking her, Lord Shiva, what is the best day in your life? And he said, this day of Maha Shivaratri of the month of Phalgun. And she was like, why is that? Like, well, why not? Because this is the day I got married to you. And which wife wouldn't like to hear something like this, right? So, Lord Shiva has many amazing qualities and we should study about them. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the whole Rudra Gita we were speaking before. So many beautiful prayers by Lord Shiva. We should recite those prayers on this day. And there, just one point I would like to mention from that, because it's very beautiful description of the form of Lord Shiva. It is mentioned Lord Shiva's bodily complexion is golden. And generally we see in the pictures they paint him white. But Lord Shiva is not white. His bodily color is like molten gold, like the complexion of Srimati Radharani, like Lord Chaitanya. And he got his throat blue because he drank this poison to save all these living entities. So Lord Shiva is very compassionate, but we should understand a very important point about his mercy. He gives mercy in two ways. He gives benedictions in two ways, based on one's consciousness. If you have wrong intention and you go and pray to Lord Shiva, he will give you what you ask for. But that benediction can become problem for you. But if you go with right intention, right consciousness, and you pray to him, then he can also give you benedictions that will help you grow, that will help you become self-realized, that will help you become pure conscious person, a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Mercy is two ways. It's called kapata and nishkapata. Kapata means like someone who is cunning. So if someone is thinking they are being very smart in asking benedictions from Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva is also very smart. He will give you benediction that will troublesome for you, just like it happened with Banasura. But if you are pious, if you go with the good intention, like the sons of King Parchinabri, Parchetas, he gave them pure devotional service for Lord Krishna, pure bhakti. So we should understand this nature of Lord Shiva. He is kind, but however we approach him, that's the kind of benediction he will give you. So we should be intelligent to have proper consciousness to approach him and ask him for the best benediction he has to offer. There is this one devotee of Lord Shiva. He wanted to get his daughter married, but he was very poor and he needed money. So Lord Shiva appeared to him and he told him, what you do is, there is one devotee in Vrindavan, Sanatan Goswami. He has a touchstone. So you go to him and he will give you this touchstone and you will be very easily able to marry your daughter. You know what touchstone does. Anything you touch it to, it becomes gold. So this person, he went to Vrindavan, he found Sanatan Goswami, he asked for touchstone, and Sanatan Goswami, you know what he said? You see there is like a pile of dirt, of trash. The touchstone is lying there, you can go and find it. So this person found the touchstone and he left. And he thought, it occurred to him in a few moments, this person had this valuable touchstone in a pile of trash. So maybe he has something more valuable. So he went back to him. Hey, why did you give me the touchstone if it is lying in the trash? What else you have? He said, well, if you want to get that, you have to throw it back in the trash. And then I will give you what else I have. So this person was very intelligent actually. He put the touchstone back in the pile of trash and he came back to Sanatan Goswami. And what did he get? He got the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for joining us in this Maha Shivaratri. Hare Krishna.